we didn't know it would get quiet like this. We were louder than we realized, filling up the midnight sky with plans we thought would never end. We were careless with forever, like it couldn't change the weather, like it didn't bend. We didn't measure every word, we didn't guard what we felt, we just let it be. Before the silence settled in me, before the distance learned our names, before the space outgrew the flame, before the silence, you were mine, before the quiet, you were time, before the nights got hard to hold. We were young and we were bold, and I didn't know that one day all we'd have would be yesterday. Before the silence, you didn't fight to be remembered, didn't try to hold me tethered, you just loved me like you could. And I didn't know the ending would feel less like breaking and more like understood. It didn't shatter, it didn't scream, it just changed inside of me. Before the silence made it memory, before the stillness filled the room, before goodbye came too soon, before the silence we were sound, before the quiet we were loud, before the calm took over space. You were warmth I still can't replace, and I didn't know love could stay even after it walked away. Before the silence, some love don't end in fire, it fades into the air, turns into something softer that's always there. We didn't lose it, we just changed it. Before the silence, you were home, before the distance, we were known, before the world shifted its lines, you were yours and I was mine. And even now in the quiet, I can't trace it. If I try back before the silence, we didn't break, we just became quiet. Quiet. Still hear you in choirs. It's strange how silence still sounds like you. I turn the lights off and you appear, not in body but in feeling, like the air still knows your name, like the night repeats your breathing. I sit alone but I'm not alone, and I don't know how that's true. somehow I still hear you. It's not loud, it's not clear, but it's always somewhere near. I still hear you in quiet rooms when the world finally goes still. In the spaces between my thoughts, you're the silence I still feel. No sound, but you're everywhere, like you never said goodbye. Still hear you in quiet rooms, somewhere deep inside my mind. I don't chase it anymore, I just let it come and stay, like a shadow in my chest that refuses to fade away. And I stopped asking why it's here, or wishing it would leave. Cause some loves don't disappear, they just live in memory. It's not pain, it's not fear, it's just you. Still baby, I still hear you in quiet rooms when the world finally goes still. In the spaces between my thoughts, you're the silence, you're the silence I still feel. Present, always near, even silence still sounds like you. Still hear you in quiet rooms. Yeah. I don't even try to, but it happens. I've been moving through my gate, phone on silent, mind okay. New conversations in rotation, different faces, different locations. I don't search your name no more, don't scroll back like before. I swear I let it go. Soon as the night gets still, soon as the room gets real, soon as I close my eyes, my mind keeps finding you, finding you, finding you. But don't tell it to, tell it to, tell it to. But when the lights go low and the world gets slow, my mind keeps finding you. It ain't pain, it ain't regret, it ain't something I wanna forget. It's just the way it felt, and my God would melt. It be loud, it ain't dramatic, ain't no tragic cinematic. It just slips through as soon as the music fades, as soon as the Some places don't forget, even when we try to. Hey, hey. I walked past your side of the bed and felt something in my chest, like the air still knew your shape, like it hadn't left yet. The window where you used to stand still holds your silhouette, and every corner of this room feels like we never left. It's not you, it's not real, but it's something I still feel. There are echoes where you used to be, in the quiet calling me, in the walls, in the air I breathe. You still exist in pieces I can't see. Every step, every memory still lives inside these empty scenes. There are echoes where you used to be, and they still reach for me. I hear you in the hallway sometimes, though no one's there at all. And I still pause outside your door, like you're waiting for my call. I know time has moved ahead, but something stayed behind. 'Cause everywhere I thought you'd fade, you're still alive inside. Not in form, not in touch, but in ways that mean too much. There are echoes where you used to be, in the quiet calling me, in the walls, in the air I breathe. You still exist in pieces I can't see. Every step, every memory still lives inside these empty scenes. There are echoes where you used to be, and they still reach for me. When the wind leaves traces that time can't erase. Maybe hearts remember what minds can't replace. So you're not here, but you never fully left this place. I stopped looking for you in empty rooms. Echo isn't loud now, it doesn't pull me back, but something in the quiet still walks along my path. I don't feel the distance the way I did before. You're not standing at the door, but you're not gone for sure. It isn't about wishing, it isn't about regret. It's just the way your present still hasn't left. You never really left, you just changed your place, from right here in my arms to somewhere in my veins. You never really left, not fading into blue. You became the quiet I don't replay the endings, but try to understand why some love keeps living, even when it's not in hand. It rests inside my breathing, soft beneath my skin. Not asking for a future, just reminding me you've been. Time can close the distance, but it can't erase the way your love still finds its place. You never really left, you just settled deep into the steady rhythm of the way I sleep. You never really left, not loud, not dramatic, just warm and automatic, like it's meant to be. Some love doesn't vanish, it turns into light, something that surrounds you in the middle of the night. You never really left, you just live inside, not asking me to hold you, not asking me to hide. You never really left, you just became a part of every quiet moment, fade slowly. I stopped looking for you because you never really It's different now, but it's real. We don't slam doors like we used to, no late night fights just to feel something move, no breaking up just to make up again. We don't play pretend. I don't flood your phone, I don't raise my tone, don't need the world to know where we've grown. It's quieter now, but it's deeper somehow. No fireworks in the sky, just you and I don't love you loud anymore, don't need to prove what we are. No running in circles, no crashing cars. I don't love you loud anymore, no spotlight, no encore. When it's calm and the room gets still, that's when I feel it more. Used to think passion meant pressure, if it ain't heavy, it ain't forever. But you show me slow don't mean going, and steady can be strong. You don't question where I stand, you just reach and take my hand, like you already understand. It's softer now, but it's stronger somehow. No chaos in the air, just knowing you're there. I don't love you loud anymore, don't need to make a scene, no eyes that fall too far. No in between, don't love you loud anymore, no thunder at the door. When it's calm and the world fades out, that's what I'm here for, that's what I'm here for, that's what I'm here for. I used to chase the noise, thought silence meant we lost it. Now I know peace ain't empty, it's honest. I don't love you loud anymore, I don't have to. I don't love you loud. I don't feel the distance the way I thought I would. Your name still moves through me like something understood. Not heavy like a shadow, not loud enough to wake, just resting in the corners of every breath I take. You settled in so naturally, somewhere deep inside, even when the room is empty. You're right here by my side. Your memory still breathes in the rhythm of my chest, in the calm inside my head. When the night won't let me rest, your memory still breathes, not fading out with time, just living in the quiet like it's always been mine. You're not a ghost I have to fight, you're just a warmth that feels like light. I don't reach for yesterday the way I used to do. It's not about the past, it's just the way I knew you. You became a language my spirit understands, something soft and steady that never leaves my hands. You settled in so easily, somewhere under skin, and even when I close my eyes, I feel where you've been. Your memory still breathes in the rhythm of my chest, in the calm inside my head. When the night won't let me rest, your memory still breathes. Not loud, not dramatic, just warm and automatic, like it never left. Some love doesn't disappear, it just changes form, turns into something steady, something safe and warm. Your memory still breathes in the space between each thought, in the peace that I have found, in the lessons that you taught. You're not a fading echo, you're not a distant scene, you're just a part of who I am. In every quiet dream, it's quiet in pain, but you're not gone. I thought time would carry you away. I packed up all the pictures, folded every trace, told myself the silence would finally take your place. But even in the stillness, even in the calm, there's something in my spirit that keeps you close and warm. It's not the kind of missing that keeps me wide awake, it's just the quiet knowing some part of you stays, some part of you stays. In the way I say your name, in the way I let love move without playing games. some part of you stay, not loud, not in the way that pulls me back to yesterday, just steady as the rain. You're not a wound I'm trying to mend. You're just a piece that never had to end. I don't chase the memories, I let them breathe on their own. They settle in the corners like something I've always known. It isn't about forever or wishing we were the same. It's just the way your presence still hums inside my veins. It's softer than a heartbeat, gentler than a flame. I don't hold you tightly, you just remain. Some part of you stayed in the rhythm of my chest, in the peace I finally found when I learned to rest. Some part of you stayed, not asking me to return, just living in the quiet of everything we learned. Love doesn't always leave when footsteps fade away. Sometimes it becomes the air you breathe each day. Some part of you stays in who I've grown to be, in the calm inside my voice, in the space between each dream. Ooh, you're not the past I have to chase. You're just the one time couldn't erase. I thought time would carry you away, but some part of you stay. We didn't have to say it. You looked at me different, I moved a little slow. Neither one of us pretended we didn't know. It wasn't loud, didn't shake the room, but something in the air shifted when you moved. We didn't name it, we didn't try. Some things don't need an alibi. We both felt it, even if we played it cool. Even when we walked away, like it was nothing new. We both felt it in the silence in between, in the way you held your breath, like you knew what I mean. You wasn't dramatic, you wasn't a scene, but we both felt it before we said anything. I don't chase the memory, I don't replay the night, but something about that moment still sits right. Not heavy like regret, not sharp like pride, just something honest we couldn't hide. You never asked me to make it stay, but you didn't deny you felt that way. We both felt it, even in the calm, even when you slipped away, like nothing was wrong. We both felt it, not loud, Some things don't disappear, they just go quiet. You don't need to taste it when you already know it. We both felt it, and that's enough. It wasn't built on chaos, it wasn't built on a rush. We both felt it. Even now I know some things don't fade, they just let go. We didn't have to say it. Sometimes the ashes I'll be standing in the moment that has nothing to do with you, and suddenly the silence feels familiar, feels true. Not a wave of sorrow, not a rush of pain, just something in the atmosphere whispering your name. It isn't about the past, it isn't what we do, it's just the way the present still feels like you. Even now it feels like you, in the way the night moves slow, in the way my heart stays calm when I let the memories go. Even now it feels like you, not reaching, not pulling me through, just resting in the rhythm of everything I do. You're not a dream I'm holding on to, you're just a quiet that still feels true. I don't search for meaning in every subtle sign, but sometimes in the stillness your presence to me is mine. It's softer than a heartbeat, gentler than you fall, like love became a current underneath my core. Time can rearrange things, but it can't undo the way my spirit still knows you. Even now it feels like you, in the calm inside my chest, in the way I've learned to breathe when my thoughts begin to rest. Even now it feels like you, not loud, not asking me to choose, just living in the background of everything I move. Summer love doesn't disappear, it settles into tone, becomes the quiet language you carry on your own. Even now it feels like you, in the spaces left behind, in the peace I've grown into, in the corners of my mind. Even now it feels like you, not fading out of you, just part of who I've become, like something meant to stay true. Sometimes the silence would erase you, but it only made you clearer. I still reach across the bed sometimes, like your warmth still lives there. My hands stop in the empty space, but my mind says you care. I hear you laugh inside my head, like it never faded away. And I know how a voice survives when the person couldn't stay. I told myself I'd learn to move on, that time would help me forget, but time just taught me something else. You never really left, you just stopped standing next to me. Your voice still lives inside my chest, your memory still breathes. I see your face in quiet moments, like you're somewhere in between. You never really left, you just became part of me. Ooh. I walk through rooms we used to know, and nothing feels brand new. Every corner holds a version of me still loving you. And I don't cry the way I did before, it's quieter than that now. It's just this calm that doesn't leave, and I don't question how. I stopped asking where you went, 'cause I already understand. You didn't go where I can't find. Ooh, you never really left. You just stopped standing next to me. Your voice still lives inside my chest, your memory still breathes. I see your face in quiet moments, like you're somewhere in between. You never really left, you just became part of me. Maybe love doesn't disappear, maybe it just changes form. Maybe you're living who I am now, where calm lives inside the storm. You just live where I can't see, and every quiet part of me still sounds like you and me. You didn't leave, you stayed differently. I don't even try to think about it, but it always, I be minding my business, new vibe, new distance, new names in my mentions. I ain't scrolling your page, I ain't stuck in a phase. I moved on in my own way, but when the night hits slow and the room gets slow, I don't chase it, I don't call it, I don't name it, but it's there. It always comes back, comes back, comes back. When I think I'm past that, past that, past that. Soon as the lights fade black, fade black, fade black, it always comes back. It ain't heavy, it ain't pain, it ain't something I need to explain. It's just the way you felt when my guard would melt, and I ain't been that way again. I don't replay the scenes, but my mind still leans. I don't force it, I don't fight it, just notice when it's there, it always comes back, comes back, comes back. When I think I move past, move past, move past. When the room gets quiet and the clock ticks slow, it always comes back. Just circles quietly. It always comes back, comes back, comes back. Even when I don't ask, don't ask, don't ask. When the world fades flat, fades flat, fades flat, it always comes back. But it finds me. We said things we didn't mean. We've had nights in between where silence felt too loud. Yeah. We stood on different sides of pride and compromise, but we're still here somehow. Through the doubts, through the strain, through the moments love felt faint. After everything, after all the fire, after every tear and every tire, you're still the one I'm standing with. After everything, we didn't quit. Oh, no perfect kind of love, no fairy tale above, just two hearts learning slow. We bent but didn't break, we stayed when it was shake, and that's how after all the storms, we're not just holding on, we're holding It's not obvious, but it's real. I don't speak about it the way I once did, but something in my silence feels like where you live. Not loud enough to echo, not strong enough to pull, just resting in the margins of something beautiful. Time made it softer, distance made it kind. But some love stays written between the lines. You live between the lines, in the way I read the night, in the calm inside my voice when I finally get it right. You live between the lines, not calling out my name, just shaping how I love now without needing to explain. You're not the past I'm chasing, you're not a distant sign, you're just a quiet presence between the lines. Between the lines. I don't feel the urgency that once would shake my chest. What we had became something that quietly rests. Not waiting for a moment, not asking to return, just part of who I've grown into with everything I learned. It isn't loud or urgent, it doesn't need a sign. It's steady in the spaces between the lines. You live between the lines, in the rhythm of my days, in the patience that I carry, in the softness of my ways, the softness of my ways. You live between the lines, not fading into gray, just part of how I move now, every single day. Some love becomes the undertone behind the melody. It doesn't need a lead to still be harmony. Between the lines. Yeah, you live between the lines, and the peace I've grown to find, and the strength behind my hands, and the stillness of my mind. You live between the lines, no louder than before. You're just the quiet imprint at the center of my core. It's not obvious, but it's real. Yeah. It don't hurt the same, it just lives on. We don't talk like we used to. Different cities, different views, different names lighting up my phone. But when I'm alone, there's a part of me that don't leave so easily. Yeah. Not heavy, not loud, just quietly proud. I let you go, but I kept the shape of the way you love me in that space. You're not here, but you're still with me. Not in my arms, but in my memory. Not in my bed, but in my calm. You don't make noise, you just live in my heart. You're not mine, but you're still with me. I don't replay the fight, don't romanticize the nights. I just remember how it felt when I didn't have to protect myself. You showed me peace, showed me slow. And even though we let it go, it never really closed. Some love don't fade, it just rearranges, turns into something that never changes. You're not here, but you're still with me. Not in my hands, but internally. Not in my life like before, but when it's quiet, you're in the room for sure. You're not mine, but you're still with me. I don't need you back, I don't need to rewind. I just needed that love to redesign. You're not here, but you're still with me. In the way I love now, in the way I see. You're not mine, but you made me better, and that stays with me. I used to, but not anymore. Yeah. I used to leave when it got too real. Mistake on love for something I couldn't feel. If it ain't burn, I thought it was wrong. Thought if it's steady, it won't last long. I used to move when it got too close. Self-sabotage what I wanted most. I'd call it freedom, but it was fear. Now I know the difference between peace and distance, between safe and missing it. I'm not running anymore. Not from you, not from this, not from something real. I'm not running anymore. No slam doors, no exit wounds, no disappearing act to heal. If it's calm, if it's sure, I'm staying right here. I'm not running anymore. You don't raise your voice to keep me near. Don't make me jealous to make it clear. You just stand steady in front of me, like love don't need urgency. And I ain't looking for escape routes now. Ain't measuring how far I'm out. If I'm here, I'm here. Used to think love meant losing control. Now I see it's just letting go of the noise inside my soul. I'm not running anymore. Not from calm, not from slow, not from something that feels secure. I'm not running anymore. No second guesses, no detours, no testing what's already pure. If it's steady, if it's yours, I'm staying right here. I'm running anymore. Confused chaos for chemistry. Now I know stability feels better on me. I'm not running anymore. No more noise, we just hit the shifts the energy slightly. More confident, more self-aware, still minimal, still brain pocket clean, still calm, love aligned. I'm not hurting anymore, but you're still here somehow. The nights don't weigh the same on me. I finally learned to breathe. The chaos that once filled my chest now leaves me peacefully. And in this quiet place I found when nothing feels, there's still a trace of who we were that time could not erase. Not pain, not pain, not tears, just your presence lingering here. Even peace feels like you in ways I can't explain. In the calm I finally found, you still remain. Not a wound, not a scar, just a part of who I am now. Even peace feels like you. Somehow I don't search for what we had or wish for yesterday. I let the present hold me now and gently drift away. But in the stillness of my soul, when nothing pulls me through, there's something steady, something real that still belongs to you. Not regret, not pain, just something that will always remain. Even peace feels like you in ways I can't explain. In the calm I finally found, you still remain. Not a wound, not a scar, just part of who I am now. Even peace feels like you. Somehow, maybe love becomes the ground we learn to stand upon. So even when the storm has passed, its strength still carries on. I found my peace, and part of it was you. I don't call your name, but you're here. The world days move on. But something in my spirit knows you're not gone. Not in the way of heartache, not in the way of tears, just in the quiet spaces that linger through the years. It's softer than a whisper, gentler than a flame. Time may change the picture, but not the frame. Softly you still stay in the calm of every night, in the way I've learned to breathe, in the absence of a fight. Softly you still stay, not pulling me away, just steady in the background of each new day. You're not a story I replay, you're just the warmth that chose to stay. I don't feel the distance the way I did before. Your love became a quiet I don't ignore. Not something I'm holding, not something I pursue, just something that feels natural when I think of you. It isn't about forever or trying to rewind. It's just the way your presence still rests inside my mind. Softly you still stay in the rhythm of my chest, in the peace I've grown into when my thoughts begin to rest. Softly you still stay, not loud, not asking me, just living in the silence like you're meant to be. Some love becomes a whisper that never turns to noise. Settles into who you are without a single choice. Softly, softly you still stay, in every quiet breath, in the calm I carry now, in the space that's left. Softly you still stay, not fading into gray, just part of who I've become in every gentle way. I don't call your name, but you're here. Nothing ever replaced you. Yeah. I met new people, but it was never the same. I let somebody get close to me, try to open up again, try to give what was left of me, try to let somebody in, and they were good to me in ways I needed most. But something deep inside my chest still knew who I loved the most. It wasn't fair to them, but it was always true. Nothing ever replaced you. I just learned to live without. I stopped waiting for your return, but never figured you out. You don't belong to me, but you still exist inside my truth. Nothing ever replaced you. I just became someone new. I stopped comparing everyone. Stop trying to recreate. What we had was its own kind of love, something time can't duplicate. And I don't say that with regret or wish that things would change. I just accept that certain love leaves something that remains. I move forward, I moved on, but part of you stayed all along. Never ever replace you. I just learned to live without. I stopped waiting for your return, but never figured you out. You don't belong to me, but you still exist inside my truth. Nothing ever replaced you. I just became someone new. It doesn't hurt like it did before. It doesn't break me down. It's just something I carry now without making a sound. Nothing replace you, and nothing beat it too. I don't talk about anymore, but you're still there. I stopped checking for your name, stopped looking at my phone, stopped expecting you to reach, started learning to be alone. Some things don't really leave, they just move inside your chest. You're not something that I lost, you're something that stay with me instead. I don't fight it now, I don't ask why, I just let it live inside. I carry you quietly, you don't make a sound, but every part of who I am still feels you around. Not in ways that anyone can see, not in ways I can't explain. I carry you quietly, and I always will the same. I don't visit where we used to go, don't replay what we said, but you still exist in certain thoughts that live inside my head. And it doesn't break me anymore, it doesn't pull me down. It's just something that became part of me when you weren't around. I don't reach for you, I don't hold on, but somehow you're never gone. I carry you quietly, you don't make a sound, but every part of who I am still feels you around. Not in ways that anyone can see, not in ways I can't explain. I carry you quietly, and I always will the same. You're not here. still somewhere near. I don't need you back. You never fully left. I don't need you back. You never fully left. Nothing about us was loud. We never filled the room with fireworks or noise. We didn't need a stage or 1,000 voices. You lived in smaller moments, and how you held my hand, in the way your silence felt like I could stand. It wasn't built on chaos or something we had to prove. It was calm and steady in the way we moved. Nothing about us was loud, but it was deep and true. In the quiet of the night, I still feel you. Nothing about us was loud, no need to shout it out. It was written in the calm we never had to doubt. You're not a distant echo, you're not a passing crowd. Nothing about us was loud. I don't miss the drama, I don't miss the rush. What we had was softer, it didn't need to crush. It wasn't in the tension of something falling apart. It lived in the spaces between us. It didn't need attention, it didn't need a stage. It settled in my spirit in quiet state. Nothing about us was loud, but it changed my life in the way I learned to love without a fight. Nothing about us was loud, no breaking down the door, just steady in the background at my core. Some love doesn't arrive like a storm in the sky. It enters like a whisper and never says goodbye. Nothing about us was loud, but it still remains in the rhythm of my breath, in the calm in my veins. Nothing about us was loud, but it's the kind I'm proud to carry in the silence. Nothing about us was loud. night settles and the room grows thin, there's something in the silence that pulls you in. Not sharp like a memory, not loud like regret, just something in the stillness I can't forget. It's softer than a heartbeat, gentler than before. What we had didn't leave and change its form. You're still here in the quiet, in the calm I've grown into, in the way I close my eyes and feel what's true. Still here in the quiet, not calling out my name, just steady in the background like a flame. You're not a story I am trying to rewrite, you're just the warmth inside my night. I don't feel the urgency that once would shake my chest. Your love became something that quietly rests. Not reaching for tomorrow, not asking me to try, just living in the spaces where the questions lie. Time didn't erase you, it didn't decide, it simply let your presence move inside. You're still here in the quiet, in the rhythm of my breath, in the patience that I carry, in the peace beneath the stress. Still here in the quiet, not fading into blue, just part of who I've become in everything I do. Some love becomes a present, but doesn't need a sound. It stops being around you and becomes the ground. You're still here in the quiet, not louder than before, just woven into who I am at my core. In my core. When the night settles, oh, still here. I thought it would fade. I thought it would fade, like a season passing through, but something in my breathing still carries you. Not heavy like a longing, not sharp like regret, just something in my spirit that hasn't left. It didn't stay beside me, it didn't try to be, it simply changed its shape and settled into me. It settled into me, not loud, not in display, just steady in the background of every day. It settled into me, to be, not something I'm holding, just part of me. You're not a story I replay. You're just a calm that chose to stay. I don't feel the distance the way I once did. Your love became a language inside my ribs. Not asking for tomorrow, not asking me to choose, just shaping how I move now, in everything I do. Time softened the edges but didn't undo the way your presence still feels true. It settled into me in the rhythm of my chest, in the peace I learned to keep when my thoughts begin to rest. It settled into me, not fading with the years, just living in the quiet, beyond the noise and fear. Some love becomes a foundation for it doesn't disappear. It stops being around you and starts being here. It's settled into steady in the background of every day. It's settled into like it was meant to be, not something I'm holding, just part of me. Oh, I thought it would fade, but it settled into me. I didn't expect to feel it like this. I didn't expect to feel it like this. I thought the edges were smooth with time, but every now and then, without a warning sign, something in the present pulls you back to mine. It's not a rush of longing, it's not a memory replay. It's just a quiet power that never went away. It's the way it still moves me, not heavy, not loud, just something in my chest that rises from the ground. The way it still moves me, even after years, not pulling me backward, not stirring up tears. You're not a storm returning, you're not a sudden wave. You're just a quiet current that chose to stay. I don't lose my footing, I don't lose control, but something in your absence still shapes my soul. Not asking for reunion, not reaching for a sign, just living in the rhythm between your world and mine. Time didn't erase it, it didn't remove it, just made it gentler. The way it moves is the way it still moves me. In the calm of the night, and the way I speak soft, and the way I hold tight. to stay. Some love becomes a pose, you don't have to fight. It doesn't break the silence, it becomes a night. It don't become the fight, and then they can fight. Is the way it still moves me, in the man I've grown to be, in the patience in my hand, in the way I finally see. It's the way it still moves me, not louder than before, just written in the quiet of my core, like my April. I didn't expect to feel it like this. You're not gone. You just live somewhere else now. I hear you when I'm half asleep, in the quiet of my mind. Not loud enough to wake me up, but enough to remind. The way you used to say my name still sounds the same somehow. Even though you're not beside me, you're still with me now. Not outside, not in view, but somewhere deeper. Your voice lives here inside my soul, in every space you used to hold. You never faded into time, you just became part of my mind. Your voice lives here and never disappears. I don't search the way I did before, I don't need to anymore, 'cause every part of you I lost, life inside my core. And I don't call it loneliness, something I should fear, 'cause love doesn't always leave, sometimes it stays right here. Not in sound, not in air, but in ways that are always there. Your voice lives here inside my soul, in every space you used to hold. You never faded into time, you just became part of my mind. Your voice lives here and never disappears. Maybe love rewrites the heart in ways we never knew. So even when you're far away, part of you stays true. You're still speaking. And I'm still listening. stood there like you always did. Nothing felt out of place. No sign that time was closing in. No warning on your face. We spoke about the usual thing, like tomorrow was still out. Never thought that ordinary night would be the last of us. No final words, no last embrace, just another moment I can't replace. I didn't know that was goodbye. Didn't know it was the last time. If I had seen it coming, yeah, I would have never left your side. I would have stayed a little longer. I would have held on tighter too. I didn't know that was goodbye, the last moment with you. Now I replay it in my mind, every second, every breath, looking for a hidden sign that I somehow missed. And I don't blame the way it went or how it came to end. I just wish I could go back again and be there just once again. One more word, one more time. Just one more moment would have been enough. Didn't know there was goodbye. Didn't know it was the last time. If I had seen it coming, yeah, I would have never left your side. I would have stayed a little longer. I would have held on tighter too. I didn't know there was goodbye, the last moment with you. We never know when time decides to quietly close the door and leave us standing in the past, wishing for just one moment more. If I had known, I never would have walked away. It's not heavy. It's just there. I don't feel the weight of it. I don't feel the weight of it the way I did before. Your love doesn't press against me like it's knocking at the door. It rests beneath the surface, soft as evening layer, not asking for attention, just quiet and be aware. Time moved forward gently, distance did its part. It's something in the silence, still lives inside my heart, where your love still rests. There's somewhere deep in me, not loud enough to call my name, just steady as can be, where your love still rests. It's not a place of pain, it's softer than a night wind, falling like the rain. You're not a distant echo, you're not a fading test. You're just a quiet corner where your love still rests. I don't cherish the memories, I let them rise and fall. They drift across my spirit like shadows on a wall. No ache inside the feeling, no storm beneath the sky. Just something warm and constant, that never said goodbye. It changed its form with time, but it never disappeared. It settled into something that feels sincere, where your love still rests, is underneath my skin. Not reaching for tomorrow, not asking to begin. Where your love still rests is calm and understood, like something that was meant to stay, because it always was. Some love becomes a presence that doesn't need a voice, that lives in quiet spaces beyond regret or choice. Where your love still rests is in the breath I take, in the peace I've grown into, in every step I made. Where your love still rests is not a place I chase, it's simply part of who I am. In every quiet space, it's not heavy, it's not heavy, it's not heavy, it's just there. I made peace with your ghost. You don't visit the way you used to, but you never disappear. I stopped asking questions, stopped trying to understand why some people change your life without staying till the end. Time gave me distance, but it didn't erase everything your love became inside my internal space. Not something I fear, not something I fight. I made peace with your ghost, I let you live where you belong. Not beside me in this life, but somewhere I carry on. You don't pull at my heart, you don't disrupt my soul. I made peace with the ghost, and I finally feel whole. I don't revisit old feelings, I don't reopen closed doors, but I don't pretend you never existed or deny what we were. Something gon' need resolution, settle in place, and loving you became something time could never erase. Not present, not gone, just peacefully living on. I make peace with your ghost, I let you live where you belong. Not beside me in this life, but somewhere I carry on. You don't pull in my heart, you don't disrupt my soul. I made peace with your ghost, and I finally feel whole. Ooh, you didn't stay there, but you didn't and I'm at peace with them now. We were fire learning it. We were reckless, unaware of how deep it would go. We were young inside the noise, making promises like boys who didn't know how time could bend, how hearts could change, how love could shift and rearrange. But we thought forever meant side by side, but maybe forever lives inside. It's not about what we lost or what we couldn't say. It's about who I am now because of what we gave. We didn't last in time, but we lasted in my skin. And I see you in who I've been. That's what we became. You taught me steady hands, you taught me where to stand when love don't have to shout. You showed me softer ways, you showed me how to stay even when walking out. You didn't leave me broken, yeah. You left me chained. Some love don't stay in reach, but it stays in shape. In how you move and how you wait. It's not about the ending or the space between. That's what we became. Not a memory I chase, just a part of my face. That's what we became. Not because you're here, not because you stayed, but because you're changing me. We don't talk like we used to. Different roads, different views. No more late night drives, no more me and you. But what we built didn't vanish, it just settled in like something permanent under my skin. It's not about holding on, it's not about going back. It's just about what remains when everything fades to black. So I choose you, even now, even in the quiet somehow. I choose you, not to rewind, but for the way you shape my mind. You're not mine, you're not mine, and I'm not yours. But I choose you for what we were. Oh, you taught me steady, you taught me slow, you showed me love don't have to explode. You didn't fight to be remembered, you didn't beg to be kept, but something about you never left. Not in pictures, not in pain, just in the way I love again. So I choose you, even free, even knowing you're not with me. I choose you in the way I move through love today. Not possession, not possession, not pretend, not pretend. I choose you again and again. Some love don't last in time, but it lasts in who you become. Some people don't stay in your life, but they stay in what you've done. You're not beside me, but you're inside me, and that's enough. So I choose you, not to hold, but for the warmth that never got cold. I choose you in every way. I learned to love and learn to stay. You're not here, but you still move. And every time I love with peace, it traces back to you. Not because you're mine, not because you stay, but because you matter.